Okay, so Kalamai for the sort of informal introduction earlier, but my name is Alexandra Malo. The idea that I've been ideating, that I've been lucky enough to work with all these amazing minds over the last 2 months, is a idea called community credit. So essentially, I have had the opportunity to work with a handful of very talented and engaged young people through Ma Organic Farms, in which I am an intern as well. And that got me thinking about some of these, about with Ina and the lack of recognition community and through educational systems. So this has also given me an opportunity to reflect on a time not so long ago when I was preparing for college applications, and I was a student who impacted based off of academic terms. So GPA, test scores, things like that. I spend a lot more of my time outside, and I spend a lot more of my time actually volunteering for mind-based organizations that I could in my hometown of Mountain View, California, which is in the Bay Area, which is in actually the heart of Silicon Valley, quite different from the place that I go to school in now and the community that I've been fortunate enough to grow in as a university student. So in reflecting on that, reflecting on where I felt my time was best used and the lack of recognition that was by institutions that I further myself at, I came up with this idea of community credit. The idea of community credit is both an interface as well as a physical card that students can use as card holders. So the idea is a student who wants not only access to higher education, wants their work to be recognized, their specific based organizations to be recognized in a more formal platform, could use this interface of community credit to log their hours, as well as their participation in educational activities, as well as their participation in skills-based work. And so they would work with INA organizations who would also have access to this interface on their end to clock in and out of their volunteer time, at which point all of their volunteer time would be compiled into this single interface. And ultimately, the culmination of their work, their hands-on work with the INA-based organizations, their work in educational workshops, as well as additional work through skills-based workshops, would be aggregated into what we would consider PA, which we've been calling a sort of social credit score. So the idea is partnering with organizations who want to invest in young leaders, as well as partnering with universities who want to challenge different time of the type of engagement that they want to see their students having with their communities upon arriving to the campus. So the beneficiaries clearly would be, first and foremost, the students, passion of this, and giving them what I believe is a more holistic perspective on what can mean to their communities and also to their education. But it also offers organizations the opportunity to, again, invest in young people, invest in future leaders to help them build their skill sets and their work assets. And it helps educational institutions challenge a truly outdated sort of method of engaging young people and what it means to have young people at your institution to further themselves. Yeah. Just close for a second time. Just like to say that as a young person myself, again, not to very much at the beginning of my higher education process, and someone who is new to the communities of Hawaii. I really believe that Hawaii serves as a case for best practices, very different from the hustle and bustle, high-tech area that I was born and raised in. And so whatever happens at the end of this, I just really appreciate the time to be invested in as a young person, and I hope to just pay that forward. So mahalo.